Good morning, I'm Catherine Robinson.
And I'm Jacqueline Maddock. Welcome to 10's Early News.
Making headlines this morning, granted bail. Dr. Jayant Patel to walk out of jail today, but forced to surrender his passport. The Pope due back on home soil as thousands of World Youth Day pilgrims continue their exodus from Sydney. Case closed. The parents of Madeleine McCann formally cleared as suspects in their toddler's disappearance in Portugal. In sport, 3 players are sin-binned and another sent off during the Melbourne Storm's 26-0 win over St George Illawarra.
In finance, lower producer prices raise hopes of future rate cuts, while our market rallies above the all-important 5,000 mark.
To the weather details now, and it should be a little less windy across the nation today. Showers for Melbourne, Hobart and Townsville. Sunny but cool in most other capitals. First this morning, former Queensland doctor Jayant Patel will walk free from a Brisbane watch house today after being granted bail. Patel is facing 14 charges, including manslaughter, but it could be up to a year before he faces trial.
Jayant Patel's legal team was celebrating last night after convincing a magistrate to set the accused surgeon free on bail.
He's in good spirits here. He was happy with the result. Okay, thank you.
Patel spent the night in a Brisbane watch house.
Pope Benedict XVI is expected to arrive shortly in Italy after wrapping up his World Youth Day duties. Thousands more pilgrims will also head home, with another busy day expected at Sydney Airport.
I really enjoyed myself. Thanks a lot for making me feel at home.
Meantime, former Deputy PM Tim Fischer is heading to Rome after being named the nation's first resident ambassador to the Vatican. Beaconsfield miners Todd Russell and Brant Webb will today give evidence at an inquest into the death of fellow miner Larry Knight. Mr Knight was killed in a rockfall at the Tasmanian mine in April 2006. Todd Russell and Brant Webb, who survived 14 days trapped underground, will be among 30 witnesses giving evidence. The inquest will look into risk management, workplace safety and production decisions at the mine. Well, there could be relief in sight for motorists, with petrol prices expected to drop sharply in the next few weeks thanks to a fall in global oil prices. The Singapore unleaded price, the benchmark for Australia, has dropped $15 a barrel over the past week. The average cost of fuel is around $1.63 a litre, and that's likely to fall by up to 13 cents in the next fortnight to $1.50. Businesses are putting pressure on the PM to relax emissions restrictions under the government's new trading scheme. Business groups want Mr Rudd to adopt part of the Howard government's climate change model or risk losing billions of dollars in new investment. Under the previous scheme, major export industries would be allowed to ignore the national emissions target if they create new business using the world's best environmental practice. A damning government report into sex discrimination in the workplace will be released today. A year-long investigation has found many young women are still harassed, with progress towards gender equality stalling. The Federal Sex Discrimination Commissioner, Elizabeth Broderick, will today launch a 5-point plan to deal with gender inequality. She's also demanding penalties for employers who refuse to promote family-friendly fathers. Portuguese police have cleared Kate and Jerry McCann as suspects in the disappearance of their daughter Madeleine, but the parents are vowing to continue their search and haven't given up hope of finding their daughter alive.
At the end of what is the ever more sorry story of the investigation into the disappearance of Madeleine McCann.
Well, 3 sin bins and a send-off overshadowed some brilliant football from the Storm in their 26-0 win over the Dragons. The Saints are fuming about referee Gavin Badger's decision to send prop Jason Riles from the field.
Some foul foot play in the scrum and Dragons prop Jason Riles is sent off.
Oh, he's trod on his foot!
The referee ruled what was going to be a good, tough game of football, basically.
The all-important weather details now. Rain for Townsville 25, a cloudy day for Brisbane 20 degrees. Mostly sunny in Sydney 16, a frosty start in Canberra 11 degrees. Showers for Melbourne 12 degrees, a possible shower and 10 degrees for Hobart. It should be sunny but cool in Adelaide and Perth. Darwin the spot to be 32 degrees. Now let's have a look at this morning's newspaper front pages. The Age says Australian airspace is being used by Zimbabwe to carry Robert Mugabe's cronies and contraband to China.
The Herald's Business Day reports Alcoa's new aluminium operation in Brazil has been beset by delays and cost blowouts.
And the Daily Telegraph says the Sex Discrimination Commissioner is seeking to give family-friendly dads the same workplace protection as mothers. Charges being considered over a fatal Sydney Harbour boat crash. We'll have the details when the early news returns.